while my heart is pounding as the phone rings. Wanting to see Madison, I FaceTime her instead of a traditional call. Madison picks up after the third ring. Her warm, cinnamon-colored eyes fill me with warmth. The sound of her voice brings a smile to my face. "Hi, Justin," she greets me. "Hey, Madison, what's up?" "Nothing much. Just wondering how Thanksgiving dinner will turn out." Gigi is having all her kids together. "What makes you think that Thanksgiving dinner is doomed?" "For one, my mama and Darius can't stand the sight of one another." I feel my eyes grow wide. "Do you know why they are at odds?" "No clue. Their rival has always been a mystery to me and Derry. I mean, look at me and Tanya. We've never been close." "Evidently, not all siblings get along." "You're preaching to the choir. But I think something happened when they were younger that tore a rift between them." "What leads you to that conclusion?" "Just a gut instinct." "Well, luckily, you'll be there to referee." "Did you call me to discuss business or to tease me?" I can't help the smile that stretches across my face. I'm always down for the latter, but I wanted to let you know that I think it's best for me to sit Thanksgiving out. After a pause, she replies, "So, you won't be coming to Baton Rouge with our parents?" I don't want to add to any unnecessary drama. Creases form on her forehead. "I understand," Madison says. Then she perks up, playing off her disappointment. "Too bad. You're going to miss out on Gigi's delicious sweet potato pie." I hate to admit Madison's disappointment feels nice. I'll be missed. "Can you mail me a slice?" I play along, wanting to keep a light vibe. "Dream on," Madison teases. After we hang up, I can't stop my mind from wandering. What I really dream is that things could go back to how they used to be. Wishing so is fool's play. My womb mate scarred her for life, ruining any chance we had.
Clearing her throat, Gigi asks, "Who would like to say grace?" "Clemens can say it," Charlotte bellows. "He's the oldest." "Very well," Uncle Clemens replies. "Let's bow our heads." He says a beautiful prayer, and then everyone starts to dig in. For a while, all that can be heard is the clinking of utensils. Breaking the sound of mouths chewing, Charlotte exhales. "Now is a good time as any to share my wonderful news." Everyone's heads snap to attention. Charlotte lifts her ring finger, revealing her gorgeous diamond engagement ring, and announces, "Reagan and I got married last week in Las Vegas. It's official." Gigi's eyes widen. Obviously, this is news to her. Kenya's jaw drops and Derry makes a garbled sound. Aunt Cass glowers at Charlotte and Reagan. The table grows as quiet as a church in Hades. They have been engaged for months, and I don't have any ill will toward Reagan. I'm just kind of shocked they still went through with tying the knot with everything going on. Reagan will soon have confirmation that Justice is indeed his granddaughter. Their marriage makes Justin and me official step-siblings. Things between us will be even more complicated. I wonder if Justin knew about the matrimony and felt it was our parents' place to spring the news. Finally, Aunt Cass breaks the silence. "Are we supposed to congratulate you?" Charlotte scrunches her nose. "You'll never change. Still jealous, holding grudges until your grave." Reagan's Adam's apple bobs. He looks seconds from bolting for the door. "No, you've just always thought you were better than me," Aunt Cass snaps. "Your words, not mine." "Please, don't start, you two," Aunt Coco chastises them. "Let's respect our mother's home," their older brother Clemens chimes in. "Okay, what is this about?" Derry's eyes dart to mine. I shrug with nothing to offer. Their rivalry is propelling to the forefront of the evening's festivities. Tanya places her cell down, now all in the mix with her brow knitted. "Sorry, Mama. I meant no disrespect toward you." Aunt Cass apologizes to Gigi. You can't help yourself, Charlotte sneers. Aunt Cass's head jerks backward. Like you can talk. You're a backstabbing whore who cheated with my fiancé. What the Derry spits out the tea she just drank. She's as shocked about what her mama blurted out as I am. That's unnecessary, Cassandra, Reagan accuses her. Well, please forgive me if I'm still bitter about my sister being a slut. Girls, play nice. Cassandra, we talked about this. Gigi narrows her eyes. It's been eons since I've had all 4 of my children together. Charlotte can't leave well enough alone. You can't accept the fact that he chose me. Why won't you let the past go? Chose you? Please. Aunt Cass smacks her lips. How did that work out for you the first time around, Charlotte? No, you've just always thought you were better than me, Aunt Cass snaps. Your words, not mine. Please, don't start, you two, Aunt Coco chastises them. Let's respect our mother's home, their older brother Clemens chimes in. Okay, what is this about? Derry's eyes dart to mine. I shrug with nothing to offer. Their rivalry is propelling to the forefront of the evening's festivities. Tanya places her cell down, now all in the mix with her brow knitted. Sorry, Mama. I meant no disrespect toward you. Aunt Cass apologizes to Gigi. You can't help yourself, Charlotte sneers. Aunt Cass's head jerks backward. Like you can talk. You're a backstabbing whore who cheated with my fiancé. What the Derry spits out the tea she just drank. She's as shocked about what her mama blurted out as I am. That's unnecessary, Cassandra, Reagan accuses her. Well, please forgive me if I'm still bitter about my sister being a slut. Girls, play nice. Cassandra, we talked about this. Gigi narrows her eyes. It's been eons since I've had all 4 of my children together. Charlotte can't leave well enough alone. Reagan stands abruptly. He glances at Tanya, his anger softening a bit, before he storms off. Reagan, wait! Charlotte pleads. Aunt Cass giggles. Wonder what your precious Reagan thinks of you now. Charlotte explodes. I've had it with you! She lunges across the table with lightning speed and punches her sister in the jaw. Oh man! Ryan shoots up, moving out of their path, but not before grabbing his plate of food. Enraged, Aunt Cass grabs onto Charlotte's head. She uses her weight, shoving her into the large mirror hanging on the wall. Charlotte's head crashes into it, shattering the glass. Huge cracks form across the mirror in blood. Charlotte lets out a high-pitched shrill and then goes bananas, wrapping her hands around her sister's neck. Aunt Cass manages to loosen Charlotte's hold by kneeing her in the stomach. Grabbing Charlotte's hair with both hands, she slams her onto the table. The force of the impact causes the turkey to fly off. Rolls tumble over, scattering in several directions on the floor. Aunt Cass takes Charlotte's head, ramming it into a bowl of sweet potatoes. I'd been frozen at first. Then reality hits. Derry, Kenya, and I scrambled out of the way. Ma, stop! Derry shouts. Aunt Cass is beyond reason. Charlotte blindly grabs a fork, stabbing it into her hand, and Aunt Cass screams. Uncle Clemens jumps up, running over to try and break them apart. Uncle Drew seems shell-shocked, slow-moving to make his way over to them. Uncle Clemens pries them apart momentarily, holding Charlotte back. Uncle Drew has his wife's arm. Struggling, Charlotte breaks from her brother's grasp, charging like a bull ram. Aunt Cass happily obliges, knocking her husband out of the way. They appear to be fighting to the death. This is nuts! The Thibodeau family is full of secrets, bigger than I ever imagined. Starting with Gigi's daughters. The secrets have turned into a deceit that is spreading like a plague. Venomous lies, jealousy, and backstabbing. The total opposite of how it should be. It seems as if our family is hexed. by a thorn of secrets. Reagan stands abruptly. He glances at Tanya, his anger softening a bit, before he storms off. "Reagan, wait!" Charlotte pleads. Aunt Cass giggles. "Wonder what your precious Reagan thinks of you now." Charlotte explodes. "I've had it with you!" She lunges across the table with lightning speed and punches her sister in the jaw. "Oh man!" Ryan shoots up, moving out of their path, but not before grabbing his plate of food. Enraged, Aunt Cass grabs onto Charlotte's head. She uses her weight, shoving her into the large mirror hanging on the wall. Charlotte's head crashes into it, shattering the glass. Huge cracks form across the mirror in blood. Charlotte lets out a high-pitched shrill and then goes bananas, wrapping her hands around her sister's neck. Aunt Cass manages to loosen Charlotte's hold by kneeing her in the stomach. Grabbing Charlotte's hair with both hands, she slams her onto the table. The force of the impact causes the turkey to fly off. Rolls tumble over, scattering in several directions on the floor. Aunt Cass takes Charlotte's head, ramming it into a bowl of sweet potatoes. I'd been frozen at first. Then reality hits. Derry, Kenya, and I scrambled out of the way. "Ma, stop!" Derry shouts. Aunt Cass is beyond reason. Charlotte blindly grabs a fork, stabbing it into her hand, and Aunt Cass screams. Uncle Clemens jumps up, running over to try and break them apart. Uncle Drew seems shell-shocked, slow-moving to make his way over to them. Uncle Clemens pries them apart momentarily, holding Charlotte back. Uncle Drew has his wife's arm. Struggling, Charlotte breaks from her brother's grasp, charging like a bull ram. Aunt Cass happily obliges, knocking her husband out of the way. They appear to be fighting to the death. This is nuts! The Thibodeau family is full of secrets, bigger than I ever imagined. Starting with Gigi's daughters. The secrets have turned into a deceit that is spreading like a plague. Venomous lies, jealousy, and backstabbing. The total opposite of how it should be. It seems as if our family is hexed by a thorn of secrets.
My lips curve upward, seeing a text from Madison. "Hi, Justin. How did Thanksgiving dinner go?" I reply. That's a loaded question. What happened? Dinner went about as worse as it could. Seems like her intuition is justified. "I'm gonna call you," I reply. "Hey," Madison answers. "Are you sitting down?" Yeah. Is it that bad?" "It's way worse." "You're starting to worry me." I hear her take a deep breath. "Okay, here goes. So, Tanya is really your sister. Reagan is her father." My mouth gapes open like a fish out of water. After a moment, I finally regain my composure. "Are you freaking serious?" "Has a heart attack." "Wait, how is this possible? Do you want me to go over basic anatomy? In hindsight, remember those photos we found in the attic?" Those pictures were a dead giveaway of the truth. I'm now following along. "Yeah, Tanya was the result of their relationship." "Man, this is crazy. Wait, please tell me you're not my blood sister too." My voice raises several octaves. "No, thank goodness. Philip Guillory is my real father." I blow out my breath. Thank the Lord. I don't know what I would have done otherwise. Would have been some flowers in the attic drama to love my real sister. Damn, did I say that out loud? Oh well, it ain't nothing she doesn't already know. "It's surreal," Madison says. Some of my tension releases that she doesn't respond to my remark. Better to brush it under a rug. Dredging up our past won't solve anything. Why didn't Charlotte say something? I wonder. Long story, and now I know the reason she and Dario's mom have been at odds for as long as I can remember. Madison explains this story of the century, telling me what Charlotte had said about her and my dad's history. In a nutshell, your mom cheated with my dad, who was her sister's fiance, after which they continued a secret relationship, and then before they could supposedly let Cass down easy, she caught them screwing. I reply, shaking my head. Yeah, that's the gist of it. What our parents did was scandalous. Why didn't they just tell Aunt Cass instead of sneaking around behind her back? Maybe your aunt would have taken it better and there wouldn't be so much animosity. I asked Charlotte the same thing. Why they waited until the last minute? What was her response? She didn't have one. Now the consequence is bad blood. Please tell me that's the worst of it. Unfortunately, that dilemma was only the tip of the iceberg. Dinner ended with a bang, and not in a good way. I swallow hard. I'm scared to ask. During dinner, Charlotte flaunted her new marriage in front of Cassandra. My aunt called her out, and the situation hit the fan. Upset, Reagan burned off, and then my mom lost it, attacking Aunt Cass. My uncle and Derry's dad could barely break them apart. I'm speechless. I can't believe your mom never told my dad. She was hurt behind the fact that he left. My dad came into the picture and swooped Mama off her feet. Out of spite, she chose to remain quiet. Although she told me her side of it, I don't agree with her decision. My dad's probably freaking out. Yeah, he was angry enough to storm away in the middle of dinner. He did return to pick Charlotte up, so I think he'll forgive her. He's a grown man and has to make his own choices. Not like mine or anyone else's opinion matters in the scheme of things. True, they will have to figure it out on their own and decide where they go from here. I'm still trying to absorb the fact that Tanya is my half-sister. Now that I think about it, she does resemble my dad. Except for my mom's eyes, she looks like Reagan. Their complexion is similar as well. I don't understand how I was blind to that fact. Guess I was too busy worrying about my own problems. I didn't connect the dots either. But I think since we didn't know any of those details, then there was no way to piece the truth together. Tanya being Reagan's firstborn was never an option to consider. Suspicions had arisen when we found the photos in the attic. Still, them having a child her mom kept secret all these years never crossed my mind. There is one more thing that I got confirmation on. There's more? My voice raises several octaves. I never told you this, but Tanya is in love with your brother. She's got to be kidding me, I think with my mind spinning. What? I mean, I know they're close, but I didn't realize she had a thing for him. Your brother was manipulating Tanya to get her on his side like he told me he would. One time, I walked in on them messing around. I placed my palm against my forehead. Man, this is too much. At dinner, Derry called Tanya out about screwing your brother, and she didn't deny it, basically admitted to being in love with him. What the fuck? But that means she was banging her real brother. Exactly, and she's torn up about it. She must really love him, and even though I despise her, I kind of feel bad. You shouldn't. Tanya dug her own grave. You confided in her about what my brother did, and she stabbed you in the back. I tell her the hard truth. I wonder what will happen now. It's going to be very awkward, for sure. My brother is a total tool. He's a different person altogether, not the one I thought I'd known. I hate things have turned out the way they have. As I pull into Taylor's busy parking lot. Folks are scattered, chatting it up like they're at a block party. I spot a parking spot and head towards it. I'm about to round the corner when another car is turning from the opposite direction quickly. Whoever is driving isn't paying attention because they're about to hit me. On reflex, I honk my horn. They stop in the nick of time from ramming the front of my truck. It isn't a courtesy tap either, like they suggest in driver's ed. Nowadays, someone will blow your head off for honking at them. I didn't have much choice. It was either lay on the horn or let them plow into me. I let the car pass by, not moving. As it does, I see two girls inside. The driver has her window down. She stops beside my SUV, glaring at me like I'm in the wrong. Then the expression on her face changes. Her eyes light up like the 4th of July. The girl in the passenger seat bites on her bottom lip, then leans over, speaking animatedly to her friend. The driver practically undresses me with her eyes. The driver indicates for me to roll down my window. Once I do, she says, "You're Justin Jenkins, right?" "Yep, that's me." "Oh, my bad for almost hitting you." "It's all good." Her lips spread so far across her face, they look like they might crack. "Your ride is fire. Maybe you can take me for a spin in it." I'm on the fence with how I feel about my name getting me special treatment. Or when a girl sees my pretty face. Nowadays, someone will blow your head off for honking at them. I didn't have much choice. It was either lay on the horn or let them plow into me. I let the car pass by, not moving. As it does, I see 2 girls inside. The driver has her window down. She stops beside my SUV, glaring at me like I'm in the wrong. Then the expression on her face changes. Her eyes light up like the 4th of July. The girl in the passenger seat bites on her bottom lip, then leans over, speaking animatedly to her friend. The driver practically undresses me with her eyes. The driver indicates for me to roll down my window. Once I do, she says, "You're Justin Jenkins, right?" "Yep, that's me." "Oh, my bad for almost hitting you." "It's all good." Her lips spread so far across her face, they look like they might crack. "Your ride is fire. Maybe you can take me for a spin in it." I'm on the fence with how I feel about my name getting me special treatment. Or when a girl sees my pretty face, they change their attitude and want to be down. "Looks like you have your own nice ride." The girl puckers her lips. When she realizes I'm not accepting her invitation, she pouts. "We better grab a parking spot. They're filling up fast." The chick in the passenger seat leans over more, practically hanging out the driver's window. "We'll catch you later then." I refrain from rolling my eyes. Bet. I hurry around the corner to find a park. For a second period, I stop by my locker to exchange books. Rochelle graces me with her presence. "Hey, handsome," Rochelle says her signature remark. Then she rubs her hand down my arm. I remember she's the touchy type, crosses my mind. "Your ex, Madison, is gone for good, right?" I flinch at the mention of Madison being my ex, not liking the reminder. At the end of last year and the start of senior year, I got waylaid with questions about Madison leaving. Thought it finally died down. Looks like some folks are going to keep beating a dead horse. "Yep," I answered dryly. You'd think I had given her the green light with how she licks her lips. "Good. So you're available." Rochelle inches closer. Unfortunately, my locker is next to a wall. She literally has me backed into a corner. I can move her out of the way, but I don't want to manhandle her. This girl's name should be bold. Rochelle leans in, a hair's breadth away. Is she about to kiss me? Runs through my mind. I scurry to the side, dodging her. This girl doesn't respect boundaries in the least. The light in her eyes dims, disappointment filling them. Rochelle scrunches her nose. "You don't like kissing?" Actually, I love kissing, I think. I'm just not obscene, willing to stick my tongue down someone's throat I don't know. Furthermore, I'm not attracted to her. Of course, I don't voice my opinion. Instead, I say, "I'm not really on the market right now." Rochelle arches her eyebrows. "Why is that?" "You ready, babe?" A familiar feminine voice asks. To my side, I notice Reba, my saving grace. I'm definitely going to use the scapegoat she's offering me. Moving past Rochelle, I put my arm around Reba's shoulder. Yeah, I'm all set. Rochelle crosses her arms. Clearly irked, I'm brushing her off. We leave her in the dust. After we round the corner, I remove my arm from around Reba. "Thanks for your help." "No problem. You look like you needed a hand." Yeah, she was being pushy. Reba snorts. "Pushy is an understatement. Was she really about to kiss you?" "Looked that way." "At first, I was going to mind my business until I saw how big your eyes got. Figured since you look like you'd rather kiss a zombie, I'd come to your rescue." I burst out laughing at her analogy. Kissing the dead would be a stretch, I play along. But I don't hand out kisses like hellos either. Good to know. Reba has pouty, pretty lips, but they would be nice to kiss. This is the first time I've thought about kissing another woman. It feels like progress. I can't keep holding on to the past, or I'll never find happiness. Well, I'm off to drama before I'm late, Reba says, yanking me from my reverie. I'm heading to drama too, room 339 North. Thought I'd take the class for an easy elective. Really? I took a page from your book. Looks like we have another class together this semester. What a coincidence. Reba's lips lift and I return her smile. Once we arrive, we grab a table and sit together. Any idea what the teacher's name is? My schedule didn't say. I wonder. Reba shrugs. No clue. Neither did mine. I hear it's a new teacher. Weird the other teacher left mid-year. More and more teachers are quitting these days. The pay isn't good enough and they have poor insurance. They should fix the problem then. We need teachers. They're the ticket to our education. A short man with a receding hairline enters the room just as the bell rings. Hello, class. I'm Mr. Fartingale. He greets us. Reba glances at me quickly and I smirk at her. We both know better than to say anything out loud. Some of our peers weren't taught to be respectful. Did you say fartingale? Like a literal fart? A guy dares to ask. Reba's mouth hangs open. I place my palm against my forehead. The dude really went there. My head snaps up when I hear the elevation in the teacher's voice. Get the hell out of my classroom, Mr. Fartingale demands. The face of the boy who called him out grows beet red. Why? I don't have time for little kids who play games, the teacher deadpans. Damn, I hear another guy whistle. I was only asking how to pronounce your name, the sarcastic boy argues. And I told you to get out. Mr. Fartingale points to the door. Go to the principal's office. Fine, I don't want to be in your stupid class anyway. The dude stands abruptly. He snatches his backpack, then storms out of the room, slamming the door. Mr. Fartingale writes his name on the board. I'm surprised the marker doesn't break with how hard he is writing. This is how my name is spelled. It's pronounced the same way. Any questions? You can hear a pin drop in the room. No one dares to utter a word. The guy was being a smartass, but the teacher's reaction was a bit much. Evidently, someone has a name syndrome. If this first encounter is any indication, this class is definitely going to be drama, living up to its name. Leave the kitchen and almost collide with my twin. Freaking fantastic, I think, sighing. Jackson's eyebrows arch. Whoa, bro, you in a rush? My eyes reach the heavens. Doesn't much get by you. Jackson chuckles, mistaking my sarcasm to mean I want to chat. You good? Gotta run. I pivot on my heels, walking away. Wait. What? I snap, turning to face him. How long are you going to act this way? Act what way? Like we're enemies. This isn't an act, Jay. We're not friends. We just happen to be blood related. Since when does being blood related not stand for anything? Blood runs thicker than water. Only in some cases, cross my mind. I don't say this out loud. Instead, I voice, when you decided to deceive, manipulate, and sexually abuse the girl I love. Jackson snorts. You got your panties all in a wad over a chick? You need to grow up, bro. My nostrils flare. You need to man up and accept responsibility for the harm you've caused. I blow out my breath. This is about more than me loving a girl, and you know it. Really? Jackson rubs his chin. Well, enlighten me then. I don't have time to stand here and play games with you pretending to be innocent. What happened between me and Madison was consensual. She even asks about using protection. A girl's first time isn't comfortable. Not like I hurt her intentionally. The bottom line is that I didn't do anything purposely to stab you in the back. We were into each other, and it just happened. I burst out laughing. This guy is unbelievable. Go sell that stuff to someone who will believe it. Jackson shrugs. I've already apologized if us messing around behind your back hurt your feelings. What else do you want from me? Nothing. I don't want anything from you. Jackson laughs. You're ridiculous. To throw our relationship away over a chick? A girl you've only known for 2 years, when you have known me your entire life. You're really going to stand here and try to play me for a fool? For once, can't you be real about it? I am being real. If he wants to act clueless, then I'll spell it out. That's the problem in a nutshell. You won't admit to what you've done. You pretended to be me, Jay. to manipulate Madison into sleeping with you. Any normal person would see that stealing her virginity was wrong. Jackson rolls his eyes. For the last time, I've told you Madison gave herself to me willingly. She knew it was me. Haven't you heard of the saying, no means no? Madison asked you to stop, and you didn't. Then you assaulted her afterwards. I shake my head, disgusted with him. There will never be any chance we can mend our relationship if you can't even own up to your crime. You sexually abused a woman and scorned her for life, but you have no remorse for doing so. Screw you, bro. You don't have any faith in me that your precious Madison could be making this up. His jaw muscles flex. There are always two sides to a story, and you don't even have the decency to try to believe me. Only problem is, your story is flawed. If he wants to go there, then fine. Let's do this. Although I'm pissed off, he's making me have this conversation. I saw the text message you sent to Madison about the earrings you bought her for her birthday. I throw out there. What the hell are you talking about? The earrings you forced Madison to wear, then pretended her boyfriend gave them to her in front of me, just to spite and make me jealous. Doubt she's lying about the situation when there's evidence of you manipulating her. The proof is in the writing, bro. Jackson always calls me that, and I take pleasure throwing the word in his face. I smirk at him. His eyes dilate momentarily. Then he gathers himself. I have no idea what you're talking about. Of course you don't. This is getting old. You're right, because talking to you is like speaking to a brick wall. Jackson tosses his hands up in the air, apparently done with the conversation. Looks like we're on the same page, I think. Don't say that I didn't try to work things out with you, but you're a lost cause. I'm not wasting any more of my time on you. At least we can agree on one thing. Let's stay out of each other's way and leave it at that. Fine by me, Jackson retorts. Turning around, I walk away quickly, leaving out of the house. I don't even know who my brother is. Guess I never did. He has always been Rubik's Cube. Just never thought he was capable of doing anything like this. On top of being conniving, he's a compulsive liar and has zero remorse. What's wrong with him? I wonder. Is he a psychopath? I can't figure him out. Maybe Jackson doesn't see reality as it really is. If that's the case, then he is certified crazy. Hopefully, the law will come through and Madison will get the justice she deserves. I do forgive my brother, but it doesn't mean I'll ever forget. I can't believe we graduate on the same day, and we won't be able to attend each other's graduation, Madison says, switching gears. It will be like we're actually graduating together, in spirit. She giggles. Well, we'll have to watch each other's ceremony online afterward. For sure. We continue an easygoing conversation, like no time has passed. We tiptoe around awkward topics like who's dating who. All in all, I'm glad I get to chat with her on my birthday. Madison always lifts my spirits.
Glancing in the mirror, wearing my navy gown, realization sets in that I'll be graduating next week. Gigi's lips curve up proudly. You look great in navy blue. Let's see how the cap fits. Gigi fiddles with the cap. With a head full of wild, dark brown curls, it's almost impossible for the cap to stay on top my head. Looks like I'll have to flat iron my hair for it to fit. I agree, so the cap will stay rooted. I blame my dad for my untamed curls, although he never had these problems because he kept his hair short. Thinking about my dad doesn't hurt as bad as it used to. He's been gone for 2 years now. When I remember him, I can smile, choosing to reminisce about good memories. I've always loved your gorgeous spiral curls. Mostly everyone does. They're just a headache the majority of the time. As with a long list of things in life. I couldn't agree more. Remembering the fiasco at Thanksgiving, I wonder how it will be with the sisters together. Justin and I are graduating on the same day. The plan is for Reagan to attend his graduation, and Mama is supposed to come to mine. Uncle Drew and Aunt Cass will be there also for Derry and me. Do you think my mom and Aunt Cass will behave? If they ever want to speak to me again, they will. Me and Drew will either sit between them, or it may be better if we sit separately. Either way, it's nothing for you or Daryl to worry about. I doubt Cassandra will do anything to ruin her only daughter's graduation. I shuffle out of my gown and Gigi puts it on a hanger. How have your therapy sessions been? They have been going well. It's been helpful. Miss Driver is wonderful. Yes, she is a lovely woman of God. I'm thrilled to hear the therapy is helping you mend. You've been through an ordeal, and I want you to come out on top. I will, thanks to you. I embrace Gigi and she hugs me tightly. Before long, the traditional graduation pomp and circumstance rings through the air. A vibrant sensation courses through me as I walk into the auditorium. Shouts of praise and names from students' loved ones can be heard from everywhere. This is a proud moment for everyone. I didn't do too shabby graduating 45th in my class out of several hundred. I've earned a couple of academic scholarships with my ranking. I'll save money starting out in a community college, but when it's time to dive into my major courses, the scholarships will come in handy. The auditorium is so big, I'm turned around with no idea where Gigi and Mama are sitting. Wearing heels is foreign to me, but I dared to wear them with my dress today. Normally a t-shirt and jeans kind of girl, I'm not so great with strutting in heels. So I tune out the crowd, focusing on not falling flat on my face. Once everyone is seated, the ceremony begins. The first hour features the principal and vice principal giving speeches, along with a couple other guest speakers. Most of the speeches are about paving our way into the future. There's a song or two in between, and then the valedictorian and the salutatorian speak. After their excellent speeches, it's time to walk across the stage. A radiant buzz that's rolling off everyone generates through the air. My churning stomach has settled somewhat, the thrill of graduating taking its place. Shavandra's name is called shortly after they get to the D's. Loud cheers rain through the air as she waltzes across the stage from the stands and our peers. Vandra is popular, and everyone is applauding her, including me. Daryl's name is not long behind Vandra's. I shout extra loud for my cousin. The cheering from the audience is just as robust as it was for Vandra. Chauncey's row gets up, and mine follows behind him. Chauncey strolls across the stage with confidence. He takes the diploma from the principal, shaking her hand. I ease my way up the steps, waiting to be called. The girl before me appears to glide effortlessly in her 3-inch heels. My name is seconds from being called. My heart responds by pounding against my ribcage. Madison Grace Gellery, the lady announcing the name says. Cheers from the audience give me the confidence I need. Raising my shoulders, I walk on stage, stopping in front of the principal. Congratulations, Miss Gallery! The principal's lips curl upward, handing me the rolled-up paper representing the diploma. Thank you. I smile, looking toward the camera as instructed, and then a lady over to the side directs me to move forward. Walking across stage wasn't so bad. It was actually exhilarating. Darius Hart prances onto the stage with arrogance evident in his every step. He is one of the most popular guys in our class. Whoops circulate through the crowd. When Darius gets his diploma, he lifts it in the air and the shouts grow louder. The ceremony continues with a mass of names. Once the name calling is over, a final speech is given. The audience goes wild when the speaker announces the class of 2019. The majority of students throw their caps in the air. I opt to hang on to mine for a souvenir. If I throw it, I may not get it back.
During lunch, I get a visit from one of my handsy admirers, Rochelle. Ever since Reba came to my rescue, we've only spoken a hello in passing. Hey, stranger. How have you been? Rochelle wonders. Fine. How about yourself? My mother taught me to be respectful, regardless if someone pushes your buttons, especially with ladies. I'm good. So, is Reba your gal now? Who I'm dating seems to be Rochelle's favorite question to ask. Yep, we're together. I'm certain Rochelle already knows this. Reba and I are both popular. The whole school has been gossiping about us for a while. Rochelle probably wants to toy with me. On cue, she rubs her hand along my shoulder. Why haven't you given me a chance, handsome? Have I not made it obvious that I want you? Oh, even a blind man can see that Rochelle is interested in me, crosses my mind. I don't get a chance to brush Rochelle's hand off my shoulder before it's swatted away. Get your paws off my damn man! Reba is fuming. I'm startled to see her. She doesn't have this lunch period. The cafeteria has grown quiet as a church in hell. Rochelle turns up her nose at Reba. Relax, we were just talking. Look like you were doing more than talking. Reba crosses her arms. Back off, Rochelle. Justin doesn't want you. Can't you take a hint? Who the hell do you think you are, Miss High and Mighty? Rochelle points a finger at Reba. Move your finger out of my face before I break it, Reba challenges. This confrontation has come out of nowhere. I'm speechless, having no idea Reba is this confrontational. Everyone appears on the edge of their seats, waiting to see what will transpire. I stand up abruptly, trying to defuse the situation. I place my arm around Reba's shoulder. Come on, let's get out of here. Best to leave before tempers boil to a head. The bell is about to ring anyway. Reba arches her eyebrows at me after we round the corner. So this is what you do when I'm not around? What do you mean? Flirt with girls? I wasn't flirting, Reba snorts. What do you call that skank rubbing your shoulder then? Rochelle was flirting with me. I was trying to be polite. Well, you didn't seem to mind her feeling you up. I was about to tell Rochelle to move her hand when you did it for me. Sure you were. I feel myself frowning. I informed Rochelle that me and you were dating. You don't believe me? Not really. What have I done to make you not trust me? Maybe it's all the women who lust over and throw themselves at you. I never entertain them. I always tell everyone we're together. The same thing I told Rochelle. Whatever, Justin. Are you mad at me? I had to take care of something in the office. Since the class period was almost over, I wanted to stop by and surprise you. Only the surprise was on me. It was nice of you to come say hi, but a relationship is built on trust. Reba crosses her arms. And trust is something that's earned. I agree, but I've never given you a reason to doubt me. I don't care about these other girls. You're the only one I want. Some of the creases lessen on Reba's forehead. You better not be messing around on me. Same goes for you. Her lips curve up slightly. So, is all forgiven? I promise nothing is going on behind your back with anyone. You're lucky I'm crazy about you. Seems trust is something that doesn't come easy to Reba. She's going to have to trust me at some point, though, for our relationship to work. I want it to. I care about her, and I'm willing to give it my all. We're on our way to the movies one night when Reba's unfounded jealousy strikes again. My phone pings a text. At the stoplight, I read it's a message from Chris. Just wanted you to know I'm off the market now. Meaning what? The light turns green, and I go through it. A moment later, 2 more texts come through back to back. Who's blowing up your phone? Wonders Reba. Probably my homeboy. Since I'm driving and haven't responded to his messages, Chris texts again. We pull into the movie parking lot, crowded as usual. I drive around until I find a spot. Reba has been quiet for a while. Wonder if she's upset because of my multiple text messages. Glancing at my cell, I read Chris's other messages. I'm not a ladies' man anymore. Me and Kara are together. Surprised you ain't giving me a hard time. My lips spread across my face as I text back, teasing him. Finally been bitten by the love bug, Christoph Pope. Good for you. My text should get him riled up by using his full first and last name. You ready to go inside? I direct to Reba. She pokes out her lips. Your homeboy must really be on your jock. Here we go with this again. Will she ever trust me? I think. Sighing, I reply, he was sharing some good news. Well, let me see your phone if it was really your friend. Checking my phone is a bit much. If it will earn Reba's trust so she can stop being insecure for no reason, I'll show her. Irritated, I unlock the phone, then hand it to her. Reba skims over the messages. Oh, okay. Good. It is your homeboy. Just like I told you it was. Well, you can't blame me for being suspicious. How come, when there is no reason to be? Reba snorts. You're the best looking guy in school. Is your comment supposed to be an explanation? I wonder. So what? Looks aren't everything, and there are plenty of other guys that girls want. Not like they want you, trust me, Reba counters. You think I like the attention? Reba frowns. Well, you probably have a hard time resisting all the temptation. My eyebrows arch. You're a pretty girl, and I know for a fact guys are attracted to you. But I don't go around accusing you of messing around with them. It's different because you're a young man in his prime. Sexist much? This is never going to work if you don't trust me. This is never going to work if you don't trust me. Reba glances at me, the wrinkles leaving her forehead. I know. I'm sorry. I want to trust you. I'll try harder. Obviously, Reba has trust issues. I ponder why. This has more to do with than just me. Did someone burn you that badly to make you feel this way? Reba slouches in her seat. I've never been this close with anyone before, and it scares me. I've had trust issues all my life, especially with men. What happened to cause you to have problems trusting people? Reba swallows the lump in her throat before admitting. My father has never been in my life. He abandoned my mom when she was pregnant. So you have a crap dad. More like, I don't have a dad at all. Never met the man. I flinch, not expecting to hear this. Reba, I'm sorry. Do you know if he's even alive? Maybe that's the reason the scumbag never bothered to meet his own daughter. I don't voice my last line of thinking. Nope, not when he was in the free world anyway. My mom had the Attorney General's office search for him to put child support on his sorry ass. Reba huffs. Every time they found where he worked, he switched jobs. To get out of his checks being garnished? That's my guess. Mom would get a check or two, and then he'd pull the old switcheroo. A couple years ago, she found out he'd been locked up. Reba shakes her head. He's never attempted to meet me in the 17 years I've been alive. Never even bothered to write me a letter. Reba having trust issues because her dad abandoned her makes sense. The hurt she feels will probably never go away. She must find a way to work through it and learn to trust people, or she'll never truly be at peace. I get you're having a hard time trusting people, but you have to start somewhere. Reba gazes into my eyes, her expression filling with adoration. You're right, and you are the perfect man to start with. Will you give me time to learn how to trust? Of course, I reply, squeezing her hand.
Can't help the grin that stretches across my face when Justin calls. It's been a week since we last spoke after graduation. I hadn't expected to hear from him so soon. Lately, we haven't been communicating as often as we used to. I figure it has to do with him dating Reba and me dating Chauncey. Hey, Justin.
Hi, Madison.
I can tell from his voice something is wrong. What is it? He sighs.
My brother has been gone for at least a week.
Gone? As in where? A vacation?
No, as in skip town.
My brain takes a minute to register what he's telling me. Are you serious? Justin exhales loudly.
All year, I've gone days without seeing my brother. I haven't thought much of it until earlier when my dad told me his safe had been broken into and cleaned out.
Your brother stole everything from your father's safe?
Dad said the combination was our mom's birthday, so it wasn't hard for him to figure out. I wasn't even aware your dad had a safe. My dad's old school. He has checking and savings accounts, but believes in keeping a stash at home in case of emergencies. The internet crashing, the bank shuts down, an apocalypse. Justin clears his throat. Dad wondered the last time I'd seen Jackson. We all coordinated, and no one has seen him since the day after graduation. I went to his room, and most of his clothes and stuff are gone. The wheels in my head are spinning, attempting to put the jigsaw pieces together. Reiterating what Justin's told me, I say, "So your brother burned off and robbed your dad blind." I try to put reasoning behind this. I assume Jackson left because he doesn't want to face a trial? Looks that way. Earlier this year, he had 5 track scholarship offers. Jackson probably realized all of them would be in jeopardy, having to face the consequences for violating you. You think he fled the country? It's a possibility. The initial shock waves wear off. I begin thinking of the alternative and gasp. What if he comes after me? I've thought about that also. I'm sorry we're only now realizing Jackson left. I can't rule out my brother won't seek revenge, but chances are he just skipped town. Dad says he's stolen thousands in cash and jewelry. With that type of money, it leads me to believe he's moving somewhere to start a new life. I don't blame you for not knowing. The two of you weren't even on speaking terms. It makes me sick to my stomach how my brother slipped away from right under our noses. Jackson has already been gone a week. As you mentioned, it is possible he only wanted to escape from trial. I hold on to that theory, not wanting to think about the alternative. Regardless, I want you to be on the lookout. Oh, I will. I'll probably develop a syndrome over it. I can't believe he robbed your dad and is choosing to be a fugitive, scared of facing the penalty. It goes to show you my brother is a coward. What does your dad say about the situation? He's mad as hell he stole from him, and even more disgusted that Jackson is running from his crime. I think it's clear to him more now than ever how guilty my brother is. The DNA test proves Justice is his granddaughter. Reagan has been sending me monthly checks to help with her. Even if he's doing it out of obligation because of his son's worthlessness, I never doubted Reagan believing in me. Justin blows out his breath. Don't worry. My dad says he's hiring a private investigator. If he finds him, then we'll drag his ass back. It's not the end of the world, I try to convince myself. The PI might actually find him. Jackson won't get away with this. Are you okay? Honestly, I'm still processing what you've laid on me, but I'll be fine. I'm sorry my brother is such a loser. We all know you're the good brother. All I can do is pray for the best outcome. You're joking about this? Justin sounds surprised. More like attempting to make the best of a horrid situation. I'm not going to let the stunt he's pulled upturn my life. Jackson has already taken away so much from me. I'm here if you want to talk. If you need to vent. Appreciate it. I better give Gigi the bad news. I'll keep you posted on any updates. Someone searching for him makes me feel somewhat better. I'd love for Jackson to pay for what he's put me through. To also prevent him from doing the same thing to someone else. The way it's looking, I may have to settle for never seeing him again. If the situation plays out that way, there will always be a nagging in the pit of my stomach. I refuse to dwell on it right now. We have to stop meeting like this. A familiar male's voice catches my attention. Turning to the side, I see Justin standing next to me. He's as handsome as ever, sporting jeans, a Nike t-shirt, and what is becoming his signature headwear, his cap flipped backward. Are you following me? This is the second time we've bumped into each other. Maybe you're the one who's stalking me. I didn't know you went to clubs. It's my first time. His lips curve up mischievously, and I can't hide my smile. An incandescent warmth flows through me as Justin's eyes travel over my body from head to toe. You look nice. You should wear a dress more often. More heat radiates through my body. It's good the lighting is dim, or he'd see my entire body flushing. Where's Reba? I can't help asking him. If you were mine, I wouldn't want you to come here alone. Now I'm sounding like Chauncey. Justin's eyes grow wide and I cover my hand over my mouth. I can't believe I really said what I was thinking out loud. Justin's lips tug lopsidedly. You're very upfront tonight. The alcohol has turned me into my two cousins, full of candor. Justin clears his throat. I'm not with Reba anymore. I broke it off. Oh. Sorry to hear that. Not really. I'm secretly thrilled, if I'm being honest. I keep my thoughts to myself. It's for the best, and I'm not here by myself. Who are you with? Justin motions his head to the dance floor. I'm here with my roommate, Jory, who happens to be dancing with your cousin. Derry is dancing with the tall, handsome fella from earlier, and Kenya has a different dance partner. Which cousin? I assume your favorite cousin, Daryl. She's the only cousin I've met. Duh. I shake my head at his joking manner. Your boy isn't here? Nope. It's girls' night out in celebration of Kenya's upcoming birthday. I giggle, although I'm not sure what's funny. Justin arches his eyebrow. You good? I think it's the amaretto talking. You aren't drinking? I had one drink earlier. Since I'm driving, I had to cap it off. Good plan. We took an Uber here. It works out. Looks like the 3 drinks have snuck up on me. And my cousins have had more to drink than me. Maybe I can sweat it off. You want to dance? Who am I? My mind wanders. Drinking throws away my filter, making me say whatever comes to mind. I would never be bold enough to ask Justin to dance if I weren't tipsy. Justin stands. I'd love to. He leads me to the dance area. Turns out, I can walk better than I thought. I shouldn't have a problem dancing. The room is already swaying. I think I'm well past tipsy. The crowd goes wild with another blast from the past, Sicko Mode by Drake and Travis Scott. I begin bopping to the beat. Justin dances in front of me. I've never danced with him before. He can really move. Justin thinks the same. I didn't know you could dance so well. Neither did I. His smile widens. You're always full of surprises. We gravitate closer, only mere inches apart. He places his hands on the sides of my hips. With Justin, I don't mind wanting us to be even closer. Getting into the groove, I swing around, placing my backside to his front. He keeps his hands on my waist, moving in sync with me. Dancing in this position seems intimate. The way his firm body is flush against me is messing with my mind, stirring a yearning inside of me. I lean my head back against his chest. What's come over me? My mind wanders. Undecided by Chris Brown radiates through the speakers, and we slow our pace. Facing him, I wrap my arms around his neck, inhaling his lovely cinnamon spice scent. This is nice, Justin whispers. I like dancing with you. It feels like a magnetic force is between us, and I can't look away. I'm hypnotized by the moment. The way his arms feel holding my waist, the intensity of his gaze. Ironically, the words in the song seem to be referring to us. Can I keep pretending that I don't feel this way about him? My logical thinking vanishes. Rising on my tiptoes, I close the distance between us. Our lips are a hair's breadth away from igniting when someone bumps into me, breaking the spell.
About to start college, I bump into someone from my complicated past and my heart is torn. The dilemma I struggle with is, do I let other people's opinion define who I am? I must decide if I'll push through the ridicule and pave my own path. Could the face that has scorned me be the key to my resolve? I'll never know if I take the easy way out. I've unlocked the door to my darkest secret, only to have it return to torment me. As the thorns of his obsession encompass me, I discover I'm part of a twisted ploy. If I don't figure a way out of this predicament, then the life I've known may cease to exist.